Have you ever wondered where our SLU news comes from? It's a great question, right? News, boring, I know. But just stick with me and hear me out. The lion's roar. Doesn't sound so boring now, does it? Well, it might for some of you, but I've already done all the research and I've figured out the places, the people, and the way that they do things. You just have to sit back and use your listening ears. Open your minds and see why it is so important to have something like this on our campus and where it could be if we didn't have it. Now, first things first, the Lion's Roar is made up of students that attend SLU that work in the Office of Student Publications. And they're considered a public forum, which means that the students get to figure out what goes into the paper, and they don't have to get approval of a higher faculty or a higher staff or professor. They're able to do it, and that's what it's called, a public forum. And it makes it easier for them to do those things, and easier for, I guess you could say, freedom of speech. But they also have something called a correctional policy, so that if anything does get falsified or they accidentally put something in the paper that is false information, they have a correctional policy which allows them to fix it pretty much. But think about that. Keep in mind that the Lion's Roar started in 1937. 1937. That's 83 years that this has been going on, that they've had this on campus. 83 years they've been providing students with paid working jobs, which in and of itself makes it so much easier on the student to be able to work and get paid and be able to, support themselves how they need to, but also to be able to not take the focus away from their schoolwork, because it is in fact a school function. So they can go to work, and then if need be, if they have to study or if they have to do homework, it's understandable that, they don't have to go if they, don't necessarily need to, And it, with just our, sorry guys. It also provides the students that aren't affiliated with the paper information about everything that's going on in school, about tutoring, football games, and just everything really that goes on with school, whether it be the way they do it with the newspaper, because they normally have a newspaper that gets sent around, but obviously because of the COVID situations that are going on right now, they don't do that. So it's been being sent out. I think they do it every week or every 2 weeks, something like that. Sorry, that's not helping y'all very much, but they are doing it online. They're emailing it to the students, which still gives them the information of that they need to proceed with their everyday lives. It also allows students to learn and improve on their writing skills, their reporting, their editing, photography even, because they take, pictures and they put them in the paper and stuff like that. They help students that are learning about graphic design and layout. And it just helps those students build on what they need to build on in order to get their degree and higher their education. Now, we've covered everything that you need to know about the Lion's Roar. So who here feels differently about where our news comes from? Nobody? Really? I guess it's back to the drawing board. No, I'm kidding. On a serious note, without having somewhere for our news to come from, a lot of us wouldn't have any idea what was going on campus. I know that I wouldn't. I actually enjoy getting those emails because it makes it feel more like I'm in touch with my school. Being a wife, a full-time student, and having a full-time job can get pretty hectic. But those newsletters help me to know what's really going on. Going back to why I feel it's so important to have something like that on campus.